Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing a reaction for EA Sports FIFA's new gameplay trailer. I haven't really watched it yet because obviously, as you guys know, my Twitter I barely follow anything, so that was really loud. I'm going to go ahead and check out this official gameplay trailer and see if they actually introduce new gameplay features or if it's the same generic trailer that doesn't show anything new, right? So honest to God, I think for the last like 4 years, they never really showed anything interesting. But people like me reacting to these types of trailers. So we'll see how things go. So let's just sorry. Let me just open that up. Put the Astros on for you guys. Perfect, perfect. And let's get started. Okay. So there's a couple of things you could see from one of those frames there. So this trailer is probably the best trailer that I've seen in like 5 years, to be honest with you. Because EA usually doesn't really show new stuff, but I saw a solid like 4 or 5 different new things here. There's actually one animation that Nightwatch brought up that you can actually see in this trailer. So I just wanted to show you guys the whole trailer first, and then we're gonna take a look and review the whole thing. So let's see if I notice anything crazy here. Okay, so this is the new set piece rewrite. We'll take off the music now. This is the new set piece rewrite. Now, uh, honestly, anything new for the free kicks and penalties, I don't necessarily mind as long as they're not overpowered and you can defend against them if you choose correctly. Then that's okay. But apparently, with the free kicks, when I was talking to Nightwatch about it, he was saying that like with the free kicks and the penalties, you can actually time it now, which he doesn't do here, and time it right. So he actually greens that shot, I believe. Right? So you can time a free kick and a penalty. Don't know how I feel about that because I kind of like when it's just like very very basic and simplistic. Uh, but the ball physics for the free kicks, I kind of like that you kind of can choose differently for the video game concept. My only concern is that I could see this being really overpowered once people find that consistent movement. But does it look really cool? Yeah, it actually looks kind of sick the way it goes straight and into the wall there. Little curve there with who is this? With Marcus Alonso. Um, Very awkward there with the wall. Always a smaller person, so you probably have to position the wall a certain way. It always seems to be that one, like right there with Bernardo Silva. It looks like Bernardo Silva being in the wall right there. Okay, so that's regular free kicks, regular penalties. We just brushed up on that. It is different nowadays. It is different for the new game. My only concern is that it's going to be overpowered. With the penalties, if the penalties become overpowered in regards to like if you choose a corner, he hits it pretty well most of the times there. Don't necessarily mind that if you concede a penalty from open play, because if you concede a penalty, it's obviously your fault. And I think more not in FIFA 19, in FIFA 20, it looks like more nowadays than before because of the fact that you have to manual tackle nowadays. This new dynamic 1v1s thing, there's so much things to analyze from this. Well, let's see some things here. So we got typical run there, a typical back five, the two midfielders. This guy makes a run here. Okay, so pretty basic stuff here. So if you predict... Okay, so a no-touch dribble acceleration to the left side, and this person predicts... Well, it looks like this person predicts completely straight, and he times it really well against the defender here. So there's a variable there where you can actually like pass defense if you actually attack really nicely with skill moves and stuff. Oh, so this is the crab walk thing. I don't know how I feel about this. Because it just looks a little weird. It looks a little weird. I don't think this is going to be incredibly influential, though. Phew! Excuse me. I don't think this is going to be incredibly influential, though. Not incredibly influential in the sense where it's going to be overpowered. I think that people will use it a lot. But it doesn't look like something that'll be overpowered. Because you can see the whole timing here is off, right? So over here, with the timing of the defender, not the game itself. Let me see this here. Really late, goes a little bit upwards there too. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. In defense. Okay, so there's one thing you notice here that's good, right? And I'm very surprised that they finally did this, man. This is something that like had to have been in the games for such a long time ago. You're gonna see this very specific one. First of all, from this initial tackle, you could see that the way the person pushes the ball out for him to get the ball, the contact between the attacker and the defender is fair, right? So you're approaching the ball head on. When you tackle the ball head on, these are the tackles you deserve to receive possession of, right? So he lost the ball. He does an animation to lose the ball. And look at the players off the ball movement. They actually react to the off the ball movement here. Watch. So this one right here, you lose the ball, instant reaction, which is good. That's a very, very good start, right? But it's this one right here that I love. This one is the one that makes me very happy. So Rudiger makes a slide tackle here, but it's not just a slide tackle. It's a slide tackle possession, right? Look, slide tackle possession, move on. Those ones are really nice, okay? So there's like, even with these slow-mo ones, right? There's like different variables here. You do the skill move, you exit to the right, he predicts to the left, you know, you get the ball. I don't know what this is like in the actual game. Have to play it, right? It's one thing to see, it's one thing to feel, right? But so far from the decision making from the left and then the exit to the right, pretty solid. This is the part we have to slow down here because I think there's like new stuff here. Okay, so this is just the new mechanic of like being able to drag the ball backwards, which is kind of viable. I know Pogba does that a lot in real life, so it's not too bad. Little flick up. Oh, you could do a little flick up animation. Well, this flick up might be new actually. This flick up right here, you could do that in previous FIFAs, but it's like kind of like the one that Ronaldinho does against AC Milan and stuff. So. Let's see the ball physics here. Ball physics and stuff I'm not really too crazy about, but it is like the authentic feel of the game. So it can be pretty cool. There's this little bounce pass here that kind of looks authentic. I'm going to see it right here. This one right here. It looks a little awkward, actually. This one looks a little awkward because it looks like it's being emphasized too much to show off a new mechanic, if that makes sense, right? It's not that bad, to be honest. It's not that bad. It's not like, oh my god, this is terrible. It looks a little awkward, but it's cool at the same time. It's like a combination of the two. First time shot near post. Driven long shot there. Oh, this is a cool ball movement. So you control the ball spins that way. That's actually really nice. I'm not sure. These aren't really things you notice too much, though. Regular shot, first time pass. This is the touch from... this is the touch I believe they added last year. I actually want to use this touch more next year, because for this year's game, it's super irrelevant to use. But for next year's game, I actually feel like this could be a really cool mechanic to do. This one right here. So that, because that's actually a mechanic. I forgot what it was. I think the command is like holding RB and then like flicking your stick, something like that. But definitely learn it when the new game comes out. Typical stuff here, long shots, composed finishing. So from what I've seen over here, most of the finishes are from good angles, right? So that, right, is it's kind of funny because it's like they understand that hot box area, and you can see that there's a manual defending here. There's manual defending concept where you actually slide tackle yourself to block the ball. Apparently, defensive AI still does the tackles for you, which I don't necessarily mind. It just really depends on how the defense in general is, right? The only reason why I minded so much this year is because it's too ridiculously overpowered. Where you could drop your controller and it'll be hard to score, right? But from this specifically, this is the hot box angle, right? Taking the touch on the inside, facing the net, nice little finish to the right side. Jadon Sancho is the one that's hitting this, right? Typical finish. That should be a consistent finish, right? Some people don't agree with it, but I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I could care less, you know what I'm saying? Because in a video game concept, if you're in a position like this, you have worked the angle well enough. You should score this. This is the hot box area. The hot box area for me, that I always explain to people, is slightly upwards to the left, slightly downwards to the left, that little hot box area from good angles. Not like, oh, I'm facing that way, shoot that way. Like those ones you can have RNG in it, but the ones that you do those specific touches, that's the ones that need to be going in, right? So this is a good one that goes in. Good animation from the goalkeeper too. Here's another one as well. So there's pressure on him, but it's Sergio Aguero. So maybe there's a variable there where his composure against pressure on him, he could still score. But from this angle specifically, him being in front of the defender there, you did not defend well enough. So him scoring this is good as well. Good animation from the goalkeeper. Again, with Havertz there, look at where he's positioned, hot box area. That I call it. This is what I call it the hot box area. Look at where he is, right? Simple finesse shot with his left foot. He's a left-footed player. Boom to the left side. Nice little finish. Good animation from the goalkeeper. So this is the first time shot with Jadon Sancho. That one looks good too. Right, first time shots, fake shot. This actually, the fake shot stop might be really helpful for next year's game, I feel. Just because of this, like if they overcommit for the slide tackle, you can do a fake shot, and it actually might look very authentic in game. So I'm very curious to see that when the demo comes out, if that actually looks really nice. Shot through the legs over there with no momentum. I don't like this one, but it is. Here's the thing, right? Let me explain to you guys. This happens in real football. People confuse this a little bit. I don't mind if that happens once in a while. But what I do mind is that 1v1 finishing needs to be really good for those goals to be acceptable, right? Because the logic here is that this one specifically doesn't warrant a goal for the video game concept more than a typical 1v1, right? So this is, let me just skip this right here. This part right here, no momentum, shoots through the player, right? That doesn't warrant a goal. But it's realistic. Some players, this can happen in real life. I don't mind this as long as I get into a 1v1 and score it. There is compensation for it. Because, guys, in football, deflections happen, crosses happen, corners happen. But I'm telling you, the thing that I stress to EA so much is that 1v1 finishing from good angles need to be good to compensate for goals like this, for the video game concept. So if a person scores this and it's not always consistent and they do it, cool. It's in real football, it can happen, right? It's just, it really depends on how 1v1 finishing is. So that's one. This is the new mechanic right here. It's this one that I wanted to show you guys. You can actually push the ball forward. This is actually a manual control that you do. This is the one that Nightwatch mentioned to me, where let's just say you get into this position, right? So this might be from the same actual animation from the Conte slide tackle, and then Son with the fake shot face the other direction, right? And then he could just lay the ball off. This is like a realistic football mechanic. Sometimes people in real life and from long shots, if they're wide open, they'll just push the ball forward to get momentum, right? It's not. This is what I like. It's not a pop shot, right? This actually has like a logical thing to it. You push the ball now, right? You push it forward to take the shot, right? It's not a pop shot. He doesn't just do it like like, oh, I'm just going to take the shot right here now, right? He pushes the ball, adds like a logical thing to it, right? You can see here Jadon Sancho does a side one, right? So you can do a front one, a side one. Just regular, that's just regular positioning there. Regular driven finesse shot or something, or a finesse shot there. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's see what this one is. The crab walk thing is a little bit weird. I'm going to see how that works when the demo comes out. This is just crab walking right here. This is crab walking. So crab walk is going to be the new thing in this year's game. But I think the crab walk is going to be in relation to the defender's manual defending being good. So we'll see how that balances out between each other. So more crab walking here. Typical 50-50 engagements there. Swerve on the ball from a long shot. From a good angle, actually. With a Harry Kane. We skipped it past this a little bit. A little swerve shot there. Yeah, they show off this one a lot. I wonder how that's going to work. So it's the crab walk where you're LTRT dribbling backwards, I guess, and then LTRT dribbling side to side. Okay. Typical celebrations now. Don't care too much for celebrations. And that's pretty much it. Okay, cool. Hopefully they release some actual notes for the actual gameplay, and then maybe we could do something on that afterwards.